Hello everyone, introduction, blah 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 blah. Um, so last time I left, I think I was pretty much standing up here. I have been away and done a few things since then, and I'll go over them in a minute. But first of all, Merry Christmas everyone, by the way. It's now the day after Christmas, as you can tell by the horrible chests that not a lot of people seem to like, including me. Um, I came in early Christmas morning and I wanted to prepare a few things before I went out and saw a few family members. When I logged on, there was a little something down here left by another member, which here we go. It was from Ty here. Um, Now he very nicely left me a couple of redstone ideas for vertical and up and down redstone signals. Um, Now he says here that I could be thinking about this and maybe introduce it into this game or another game. Um, Unfortunately, as much as I appreciate the thought, I do know about both of these. And for this particular thing I'm building here, I dismiss them both. But with that being said, I do appreciate any ideas that somebody could come up with if they think they've got a circuit that might be a little bit better than what I'm using. Please mention it, and I might not have thought about it, I might not know about it. But on these occasions, as you can see here, hit a button, trapdoor activates, updates the scaffolding to say that there's one less block or an extra block on there, and the observer sees it and turns the bulb on. I do know about that. I don't like to use them if I can avoid it. They are a little bit too delicate. One wrong left click and the whole thing comes down. And if I was using it for up there while I'm building everything else, it's just too delicate and I do not trust them. And the similar situation with the wall trick. All this does is update the wall. Normally it doesn't have this fancy line here, but left click. But when you remove something that's attached to the side of it like that, the line disappears. The observer sees it as a nice instant signal. The reason I don't want to use that, I did when I first started building this in creative, I did actually put that in, but I got rid of it because I realized, because that would have been going down here with all these vertical signals, I'm going to have a lot of things going around the back and around the side. That is later on going to be a very cramped area, and I'm going to have a lot of blocks coming in, and there's going to be other redstone signals that are going to be interacting with the up and down signal. So that if it were just a simple signal going up and down, that would be perfect. That would even be perfect. But that's too delicate. This would be great, but I'm going to have too many things going on around it from pretty much all sides, and there are going to be other things that are going to be interrupting that signal so that it doesn't send a signal, and it's just easier to do up there. I know that this is a lot quicker and a lot less resource redstone heavy, but it's simpler because I can easily attach other things onto it. Whereas the wall situation could be a little bit trickier. Oh, I nearly made it. So for instance, up here later on, in the way that these pistons will be moving that block down and up and down and up, allowing a signal to go through, later on I'm going to be doing the same with some of these back ones. So this bit will be moving out so a signal can't come down, and I think on a few other ones as well, because I need more than just those two ways of turning the button selector panel off. And with the wall design, it might be able to be done, but I haven't looked into it. For me, that is a lot simpler just to attach something onto the back of it, a bit, you know, a piston to move something out of the way. But I do very much appreciate this, and if there's another signal or another circuit that somebody knows of to replace something else, I'd happily think about it. Whether I'd incorporate it into what I've got here, that is something I don't know yet, because all this is designed out, and a new circuit might replace something else very simply, or it might need some more working out to fit it into the rest of the game. But I do very much appreciate it, and I won't say no to having any more. I also had this, which I believe, I'm guessing it's going to be from Ty again, a nice little moss donation. He must have been seeing all the moss I've been dropping, and yeah, he's given me a nice double chest of moss, which I will be going through. Thank you very much, Ty, wherever you are. Merry Christmas. Now, other things I've been getting on with. I'll start here, why not? Actually, you know what? I don't know when the last time I slept was. You know what? Bed's over there, bed's over there, bed's over there. I'll tease this quickly, because I left my bed over here. There we go. You can try and guess what all that's about. Ooh. For now, what I realised is that later on in the game, I'm going to need to be able to do a bit of testing with a few circuits. And I could test it with mobs inside, but if I'm going to be using the hostile mobs that I want in the long run, zombies and skeletons and witches, that might be a bit dangerous and not really ideal for testing purposes. I could do empty minecarts, but they don't behave quite the same as when something's in it, even if it's a hopper minecart. Empty minecarts are just slower. So I thought I'll just put some villagers in it. So I've got a little villager breeder thingy-majiggy round under here. This is what I did at about 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, Christmas Day. I just dug out a little bit under here. It's nothing fancy. Simple bed set up. These guys are just going to farm and breed and farm and breed. And as time goes on, we'll get even more farmers and even more breeding. And I think I've got 20 here, which is all I need, just for testing. So while I'm doing my building above here, these guys can just carry on doing their own thing, breeding away. I'm in no rush. I'm pretty sure that by the time I get to needing these guys, there will be 20 in here. So these guys are just going to be doing their thing in the background. No need to check up on them. They'll just be there. Yeah, so that's that done. I think my rockets are over there somewhere. This little thingamabob. Now I said earlier in the previous video, one of the sections of the previous videos, I said at some point that I wanted some charged creepers, because I'm going to need some zombie heads and skeleton heads. And that still is the case. So I've gone about getting my creepers ready, and all I need now is a thunderstorm, and I should be able to convert them all. I need 20 in total. I need 10 zombies and 10 skeletons. Their heads there, right? That is. But I'm going to have a few spare just in case I lose some, or in case I decide to use some for another, for something else. So I've gone for 26, I think, so 13 of each. Don't know why that much. I think that's just, I could fit 27 minecarts in a shulker, and I just bought over 26 of them. So that'll do me. So all I did yesterday morning was create this little thing, and I would go running over here. I'm going to be doing this again later, but not with creepers, but with zombies and skeletons. I'd come over here, I'd attract a few creepers, I'd wiggle my butt around in front of them, they'd come running to me. I'd of course have a few zombies and skeletons chasing me. I'd just shoot them off. Creepers would come up here. Now this is a bit over engineered for what it is, and if I were only getting, let's say, 1, 2 or 3 creepers, I probably wouldn't have done this. But as I was going for over 20 of them, I thought it's worth the effort just to put in something to make my life easier. So the creepers would follow me up here, and all I would have to do is just back onto these 2 things here, and the trapdoors would open up. They'd just fall down in there, into the water stream and into the corner. It was really easy. I've put this around the back here just because while I was doing that, I didn't want to really be getting shot by tridents and goodness knows what other mobs could see me from there. So literally just the creeper would come up here, fall down there, I would step off and done. I've made a little way up and down here. I didn't use this in the end, this side of things. I wanted a way up into the back just in case I don't know why I'd need to. And I just give it a little gap here so that other mobs couldn't chase me up here. But even if they did, I'd put a couple of little doors here so they wouldn't be able to get past, and it's a nice quick escape for me. Yeah, that's all they'd do. The creeper would come down here. I would get a load of name tags. I would one creeper in there, name tag them in there, row a minecart on there, and they would come shooting off down here. And I would store them underground here. I'll show you in a moment. I'd get a creeper down there in a minecart, and then I'd run and try and get the next one, and on and on and on and on. So I've got them all hiding under here. This is the danger zone. Ta-da! Look at the beautiful little faces. Yeah, so I've got 26 of these little guys. Yeah, and these just need to be turned into charged creepers and then put back in their little hidey hole, ready to kill some mobs and zombies and skeletons. So later on, I think I'm gonna get all these guys out. I've tested in creative, and I think it should work in survival on a server as well. I don't see why not. I should be able to convert all of them at once. I think in creative I had a pen like this, and I hit a lightning bolt on about 50 of them, and all of them converted into charged creepers, no problem at all. So I think I'm just going to put all 26 of them in here. I'm going to shoot them back off up here. They're going to come around here. They're going to go over the little rail, get kicked out into the water stream, and there's going to be 26 of them sitting in here. The minecart will come down here and fill this little barrel up, so that won't get in the way. Yeah, I'll have 26 in there. Then they can just sit there until there's a lightning strike. And I've been away, and the trident I had has now got yeah, my channeling loyalty I didn't really care about. Oh no, actually, loyalty, that's the one that makes sure it comes back to you, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's what loyalty does. So I think I want that. Yeah, that's a good thing. And mending and unbreaking, yeah, I think that's just bread and butter, isn't it? You chuck that on everything. Yeah, the main thing I wanted was channeling. So I got that channeling trident. I'll just wait for a thunderstorm while I'm building over there and come along and hiya! Get me a load of creepers. I brewed these up as well. A couple of health potions. Because what I'm going to do when the creepers are in there, before I've charged them, some of those creepers down there did take a bit of damage while I was fighting off a zombie that was chasing me. I had to get the bow out and shoot it off, and a creeper will of course walk in front of my arrow. So just to make sure that the lightning strike doesn't kill them, I'm going to get them in there and chuck a health potion on. Now I think that should do it. I'm probably not going to need both of them, but I had 2 at the base. I thought I'll just bring them along with me. So that will be for later. Oh, the minecart with furnace, that's because I made a little bit of a mistake down here. I think I didn't turn one of these powered rails on. So when I got one of these creepers, it might have been that guy or this guy, one of them, they just stopped there. And I, no, was it there? No, I think it was on, but as it came round here, it was off or something. Either way, it got stuck with its head poking out around, just outside the glass here. And if I got too close, it would have blown. So I just had to use a minecart with a furnace just to push him along from a distance. So yeah, nearly made a boo-boo there. Oh, I'm bound to make another boo-boo somewhere when they're charged creepers. I know it. But hopefully not. When I've got them as charged creepers, I'm just going to send them all back down there in their hidey hole, back to exactly where they are now. Then at my own leisure, I can just come over here. I can put one charged creeper in there. I can bring along a zombie or a skeleton, have them fall down there. They'll be in there with the charged creeper, flint and steel, bishy bash bosh, and yeah, I should get myself the skeleton and zombie heads. I'll just do that as the time goes on. So that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to go about getting these guys out now, I think. Bed's still here? Yeah, I can have a little sleep in a minute. Put that in there, don't need that. What else? What do I need? What don't I need? I just think I need to complete this rail. Yeah, I've got rail on me. It's literally a case of go down there, press a button, and that will be it. Press a button 26 times, redirect the rail, come out here, I suppose, check everything's going to plan. They'll be sitting in there. Oh, yeah, I did mention that they're all name tagged, didn't I? Yeah, I just called them, what did I call them? Mr. Bang, I think. Yeah, just some normal silly name. So down here is where we are at the moment. This was the last one in, so you'll be the first one out. Yeah, off he goes. Follow him along to make sure that that's doing its thing. There we go. Mr. Bang. Can I get the name tag? There we go, just about Mr. Bang up there. Yeah, Mr. Bang. And the minecart has gone happily into there. Excellent. So I'm just going to chill down here, and I might stop the recording now and just yeah, come back when all 26 are in there and waiting. Well. It looks like it's time to charge some creepers. Woohoo! That really didn't actually take a lot of time. I might have been AFK for a little while I was watching back a recording, making sure everything was going well. Yeah, moment of truth. Hopefully, all of these will become charged creepers. Do you need sky access? You do, don't you? That's something I did not know. Hey. Okay. Sky access. Let's see what this does. Still a thunderstorm? No, has it stopped thundering? Just as I came over here? No? Okay, what is going wrong? Is it because they're all... Does all this need to go? Maybe it does. Okay. I do not know what's going on here. Okay. Let's see if I can find another mob first before I carry on with that. You are my victim. Oh, come on. Yes, so it works. So why would this not be working? Huh. You know what? Give him a bit of help. I might go back to the base and get a lightning rod. I don't know. This is... Have a bit of that. Let's go get a lightning rod. See if that makes any difference. Okay, lightning rod acquired. Where do we stick it? I mean, that might do. Yeah. I mean, after that, I think I want to get rid of it not long afterwards. Oh, come on. Stop jumping up and down. There you go. Yeah, I want to... There you go. So I want to get rid of that lightning rod ASAP so it doesn't hit them again and kill them. There you go. That looks like all of... I wonder why the what's it didn't work. Right, let's go and sleep in safety. Yeah, I've got no idea why the trident didn't work. If anyone does know, let me know. Because I've got a feeling maybe it's not, or it wasn't working, because the one that I might have been hitting might have had glass on top of it, and I just wasn't quite hitting the right one. But yeah, I'm sure I hit one that didn't have glass on top. Anyway, they're my dudes. Oh, that's so dodgy in there. That might have to be the new screenshot. Yeah, I think it is. Back. Screenshot acquired. Right, all I need to do is get my minecarts out, throw them back in place here, and then at some point, yeah, get some other mobs in there and start farming their heads. Welcome back to you. Yeah, fill the inventory, see how this goes, see if I can do this without dying. That would be nice, wouldn't it? What am I after? Ah, the minecart's back this way. There we go. And whee! Okay, and we're on to the last one now. That actually went surprisingly easy. I mean, I don't know why surprisingly it worked with regular creepers. Why, why wouldn't it have worked with the normal ones? Yeah, and no casualties either, which I'm quite impressed with myself about that. Well, it's not done yet, is it? So, yeah, there we go. Perfect. 26 charged creepers sitting in a hole. Ready to take some heads off. Yeah, I think... am I in a hurry to do that? What do you think? What do you think? No, I might cover them back up for now. I'll go and show the new little section I made up there. And then a little later, I think I'll start doing this because I don't want to take it. I I don't want it to be too long before I do that. It'd be nice to just get that out of the way, dismantle this, and then I'm done with the dangerous child creeper part of it. Yeah, so this will be something for a little later. Any stone on me? Stone in here. Let's give this another quick cover up. Not to hide it, just for safety's sake, that's all. I don't want anyone accidentally going in there, and by anyone I mean creepers. For all I know, if I'm working over there, maybe a creeper spawns here, wanders down into that hole, and then later on when I come and get them, I don't know there's a creeper down there and it goes bang, anything like that. So just better off to cover it up. I doubt any of that would have happened. It's just nice to be safe. Yeah, so let's get on up here and show the next part, which is one of these, I think. All of this nonsense here, I don't think was on there before. Yeah, this is all new. So the idea behind this is you would put the mob you're going to be playing with. Everyone's going to be, you can choose 5 mobs each side. So you'd put your 5 in here. You'd press the button once. It would send one thing out at a time. Press the button again. The second thing would come out, and you keep going until your barrel's empty. And this is all just to control other different aspects of it, I suppose. The item's going to be held in place. Let's show you. I'll put a little bit of arrows in that. There you go. So nothing will be coming out of there. Is it worth getting the ghast over here for this? He heard me. Whee, yeah. There we go. Down we go. Wee, wee, wee. It's the same on both sides. Yeah, that redstone torch is powering the hopper, which is stopping the barrel is just through there. So no items are going to be coming through the hopper with the redstone torch on. Not until you press the button. And I'm about to suffocate in a block. Let's get out there. There we go. Don't think I need him anymore. You'd press the button. Maybe I did need him. Whee! Perfect. Yeah, button will be pressed. Copper bulb comes on. Observer detects it and sends a signal over there, which is something different. This also gets seen. Yep, copper bulb comes on. Compared to that side, looking at that. This observer sees it, sends out a little bit of a pulse, enough to turn the redstone torch off. One item will come out, and then the redstone torch will turn off again. I wonder if I could demonstrate that real quick. Can I get out of there? Come on, come on. I'm not going to do it, am I? Better. Yeah, 13 items in there. Press it once, 12. Press it again, 11. So you'd do that until your 5 items are gone. This other section here, oh, by the way, the items will be just coming out here, and this moss here is where the hopper's going to be going. It's going to end up somewhere over here, somewhere. This was just to mark out roughly where I was building, or some temporary blocks for myself. So these hoppers are going to extend a little bit further. I think that's the next part I'm going to be doing. Oh, these pistons. This is going to be turning the button on or off, which is going to be linked to another part of the system. So when I don't want people pressing the button, let's say you've put 5 mobs in already, you shouldn't be able to be selecting any more. This piston, there'll be a part of the game which will detect when 5 mobs have been selected, and the piston will pull this back here, so that whenever you press the button, it won't do anything. And then later on, when the game gets reset, it will put this block back out so you can press a button. And it's a similar situation with these pistons up here. I think it's Welcome back to you as well. Hello, Rain. Don't think I've met Rain yet. That's another new player. There he is. I think it's worth getting the ghast for this bit. Zoom, 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 over here. Yeah, I've got another set of pistons above doing. They're going to be doing something similar to that. Up we come. This lamp here is going to tell you. How to explain this one? When you put your mobs in that barrel, you might be quite particular that in the order they come out with. I don't think anyone's going to be really bothered about any of that. So let's say you're quite fussy as to you want a zombie there, skelly, spider. You're particular about that order. This lamp will come on to say when you're ready to press the button. When you press the button next, it will come out in the correct order. I think for now that might be the best way to explain it, considering there's not much else of the system to help demonstrate it. And what this is going to do, this is going to be linked to this redstone line here, and pistons are going to be pushed in and out depending on whereabouts in the redstone signal. I don't know. Magic happens. Blah 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 blah. Light comes on. Press the button. It'll be in the right order. Ta-da! Same on that side. Now this. Let's put this. Let's reset this back to how it should have been. Item in there. Get that out of there. Put that in there. Don't think I need you anymore. Now, at the beginning of the game, I want people to be able to select who goes first. You know, if you're going to attack them or if they're going to attack you. So at the beginning of the game, this light here will tell you who is attacking. If the light is on, you're the attacker. And now you're the attacker. Now, during the game, this is going, after, it's going to be you attack them. Then the round is over, you attack them. So this is going to be alternating as the game goes on after every single round. But I want you to be able to choose who goes first at the beginning of the game. So the game hasn't started, you can press this as much as you like. But as soon as the button's pressed to say that you're putting mobs in, so that effectively the game has started, because you're saying that players here, we're doing stuff, we're selecting our mobs now. This gets detected, which powers this rail. Same on this side, that will get detected, which powers that rail. It will send a signal up to the top. Here, let's rocket jump up there. There we go. It will send a signal up here. There's an item in this dropper which is extending this piston. So every time you press the button over here, it's turning the lamp on and off and on and off. Observers turning that lamp on and off, which is coming to this lamp and coming out to that lamp. When there's no item in the dropper, which will happen when you press a button, this little bit of wool will get extended so that now, whenever you press this button, it will do nothing. As soon as an item or you've selected a mob, you press that button to say you're starting the game, or two people are here playing the game. That will shut this off completely. So now it's stuck until you reset the game. This one here is attacking first, and I've got an observer on this side so that that can still be updated and alternate whose turn it is, depending on when the round finishes. So when the round finishes, a signal will come through here and switch those around. And at the end of the game, when it gets reset, the item will float out of that dropper back into there, allowing you to choose who goes first for the new game. These resin blocks, by the way, these are nothing special at the moment. These are just to remind me that these circuits need to be completed. Something is going to be coming into this observer something's going to be coming out of that observer, something's going to be coming into this piston. It's just something that stands out to me so that I can tell, or I can easily see that I need to complete this circuit, because otherwise I'm going to be going all about the place. If I start doing something off this circuit, I might completely forget about these. So having something like this is very beneficial. I think in creative I use crying obsidian because that stands out the most. I just don't really fancy using crying obsidian here, and having to mine it every single time. So that's that part of the system. Well, I've filled in the hopper line now, and a few other bits coming off the end of it. Yeah, quite a few bits here. So let me run you through this. Up there, as I think I went through before, you press the button, the redstone torch comes off, and your item or your token for the mob that you're going to use will come down this line, and it will end up in this little dropper here. And when it does so, it will only do one at a time, because if you can select 5 mobs that you're going to use, but I don't want them all to go through the hopper system, through the whole circuit in one go. I want it to be one at a time. So to control the flow, I've put this little thing in here. So if 2 items, let's just do, 2 of those. So if I put 2 of those in, there we go. So I've got one in there. The other one got spat out somewhere down there, I think it went. Yeah, I think that's it down there. Possibly. Anyway, either way, it will spit out one item, and if there's another one in the, well, by the time it spits one out, it'll it'll activate this block here, pulling this piston back, and it won't go forward again until the item has passed certain circuits, and it will trigger that again to put this block back here, and the second item can come out, and it will carry on doing that until all 5 items have been used. So let's say your item comes down here and it's a good item, because if you put something that's not compatible, then I've made an overflow barrel. These item filters here, this one is for the zombie. So if you select a zombie from there, because you're going to fight with a zombie, it'll come wiggling around here. It'll pass through this item filter. This is just a temporary little thing to, like, I don't know, a token to say that you're using a zombie. I'll probably use that to test the system with later. Yeah, that will, if it goes into there, it will trigger this here. Jump up here. Piston will move up. First of all, it will activate this activator rail here. Just a quick flash on, and the piston will go back down again. Here I have a counter system. It will do that, by the way, with all of them. I've got a zombie line, a skeleton line, a spider, and a witch. They're going to be the 4 mobs you can play with, and you can have any variation of 5 you want. 5 of those, 5 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those. Yeah, you can mix and match. So if any of those get triggered, it will trigger this white line here, which will go through this observer. And I've got 5 items in this dropper. This hopper will be locked. So as each item, or yeah, as each time that triggers, 1 item will go through there, and that's going to count how many times you've selected a mob. So I'll know that once that's empty, you will have selected 5 mobs, and you're effectively ready to go on to the next part of the game. which will be all of this, the rest of this. This yellow line is what I'm working on now. So that's what happens if you choose, or if you input a correct item, it will go through these. If you do put something that isn't any of these, you just put, I don't know, a random bit of dirt in there or some grass, a stick, anything, it will come through, it will go all across all of those through this barrel, and it won't be triggering this white line here to activate the counter. So it will just let you play again, and you can keep putting in items until eventually you've triggered this 5 times. So if you put the wrong item in up there, it doesn't matter. This line here will fire instead, which isn't connected to that white line. It's connected to the red line. And this, if I can traverse all this, the red line will come all the way along here. It's exactly the same on the other side there. Come through here, activate that bit of wool, which will activate that observer, which will activate that block, which will push that block back there, so that the next item, if you've put more than one item, will fire. Yeah, that will be there. It will drop out another item. So let's say you put in, I don't know, 10 incompatible items. You put in 10 hoppers that don't work with the rest of the system. One will go in there, go through the ice into the very end hopper, triggering all of this, and then putting this back here, and then the next item will go through, and it will keep going until there's no items left. And yeah, it will just keep going. You need to fill it up with 5 good items, 5 of the mob tokens that you're going to be given. Now, if you do select or do put in a correct item, you might be wondering, if you even understand what I'm rambling on about, what you'll be wondering how this activates to go back there, because you basically, if you put in 5 items down here that are good to go through the item filter, you'll end up with 5 random items in this dropper. 5 mobs. Well, nice. It'll be 4 because 1 will spit out, so you'll be left with 4 in there. When does that block get pushed back if it's a good item? That will happen a little bit later. I'm probably not going to end up building that for probably a good month at this rate, I think. There'll be a circuit here that that will be releasing the mob you've chosen. So if you've chosen a zombie, signal will come up here and it will release a zombie on a minecart wiggling around into there. And when the zombie goes across a detector rail, that's when it will send a signal later on through here and activate that piston. So that will come later. When the zombie does go, or whatever mob you choose, when it does go over a detector rail, that will push back there and the next item will go through. That is mainly just to make sure that these don't push out too fast, because if these are sending mobs along the minecarts too quickly, it's only going to be one main road that's going to have all the mobs coming along it, and they're only going to split into their 5 sections around here somewhere. Otherwise, they're all going to be using the same minecart rail, and I don't want them to get mixed up or jammed up, hitting into each other. So I want one to go across a detector rail first. Once that's clear and I know that nobody's going to crash into each other, this will push back out, allowing the next one to go. Yeah, just to make sure that there are no crashes. Another thing this circuit will do is, when the 5 mobs have been chosen and this dropper will be empty, they'll all be in this hopper here, this comparator will turn off, and first of all a signal will come through here, triggering this line of observers here. Let's see if I can get up there. Whee. Perfect. Yeah, so this line of observers will get triggered when all the items are in, and what that will do, it will pull this back which will mean no signal will be coming through to that lamp there. And that lamp is to let the player know that they can input their next mob if they want to in a particular line. Again, I'm not sure how much of this is going to make sense until I've got more systems in place, and just I'm kind of hoping that some of this does make sense to some people. But yeah, for the most part, this lamp here will probably get ignored by a lot of players, because when I was testing it, even I was ignoring it. Your 5 mobs that you're going to be choosing, 5 mobs here for that player, 5 for that player. The 5 mobs here, you might want them in a particular order. You might want a zombie there, skeleton, spider, witch. You might be quite particular with the order you want. And that light is just to let you know that when something has gone over a detector rail further down there, you're ready to press the button again, let your next mob through, and it will definitely be in the correct order. Otherwise, you can just keep spamming that button with all your 5 mobs in that barrel, let them all go, and it will end up being in any random order that the dropper spits it out, because they're all going to collect in that dropper down there. So if you've got a collection of 4 or 5 mobs down there, you don't know which one's going to get spat out next. So you could get any order of mobs sitting in there. If you wait for that light to come on before you press the button, you can guarantee that you will have it in whatever order you put it in the barrel, as in at one of those. But for the most part, I reckon that will go largely ignored, but it's there in case people want it. These, by the way, nothing special about these. These are just to cover the hoppers, try and reduce a bit of lag again. I chose this block just because it stands out, and it's quite, for me, it's obvious that it's not part of a redstone circuit. It's not a bit of wool. Yeah, this is just, it's not functional at all. It's just, yeah, hopper covers. This redstone line will also get, yeah, this is the same redstone line. It will also trigger this observer, pulling this block back. I think I spoke about this one earlier. That's connected to the button for the barrel. When all 5 items, or when all 5 mobs have been chosen, basically you shouldn't be pressing the button anymore because you've chosen all your mobs. So it will pull this back, so the button will be doing nothing after that. And the signal also splits down here. So when this is empty, this will come on. Rather, that torch will come on, which will put this line on. And that will turn this off, and it will turn those on. And can I get up there now? That was a bit of a weak rocket jump. Yeah, from here. So this line will become active, which means this will be deactivated, which means this up here will become activated. This redstone will trigger these blocks, which will lock these hoppers. So you put 5 mobs are selected. This line comes on, locking all of these. So anything else you put in after that does happen, let's say you've spam filled that with a stack of mobs. Once it has filled 5 of them up, this will come on, locking all these hoppers. So everything else that comes out after that will just end up in the overflow hopper. And later on in the game, I think I've done it so that when the game is over, any items that do get overflown or incorrect and end up in that barrel, they will be returned to you at the end of the game. I've just hopped on the happy ghast for this bit, and this signal down here, this will trigger every time a mob goes into the item filter. The signal will come along here, it will trigger that repeater, which would have triggered that white line. We've gone over that one. The observer will also see that update, activate the copper bulb, which will activate this copper bulb, which will activate this here comparator and send a signal all the way down to all this nonsense here. And that will happen every single time an item goes through the filter. Hop down here now. So a signal will come down here. This is going to be the zombie line, skeleton, spider and witch. A signal will be coming through here into this observer, into this block. I will have a signal coming off of this somewhere. I can't remember exactly where yet. It's going to be a later signal. I think it's going to be something like that. And that's going to do something else. And I need that to go off whenever any item goes through there. So this will fire every single time a correct item is used. All right, so it's time to see how well this goes. I've put myself a little charge creeper in there. I don't know if I've got any flint. Oh. Night is upon us again. Let's see if I can get any mobs this time. I did make myself some flint and steel whilst I'm in that little bit of a break. So I can go zappy, zappy, zappy on him. Oh, got my first little zombie. I didn't even have to hunt for him. Come on, come on. Don't you have a run feature? Here he comes. Bye-bye. Right. Let's see what this does. This is something I haven't quite done in creative yet. Oh, yes, baby. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ooh. Heart's racing for some reason. What would... It's not that nerve-wracking, is it? Ooh. Anyway, let's keep going. Hopefully no one will be sleeping. Yeah. And kaboom. See how many I can get in this night. He's in place. Don't want a creeper. Anyone else? You do. Don't want you. I see a skeleton. I'll have a skeleton. Knock you away. Come on. Oh, got a skeleton and a zombie. I only want the skelly though. Here he is. Hello. Now I'll go for a zombie then. Zombie, skeleton, zombie, skeleton. Keep these open for the skeleton. It's you. Okay, they're having their fun. That's a skelly bob gone. Don't want you for now, you're just going to be in the way. I think I've attracted, yeah, I've attracted another one. That's all right for now. Okay. Kaboom! Skelly head. You're in the way for now. I'm not ready for you. Anyone else on the way to get in my way? Nope. Get the next one. Okay, this isn't too bad at all so far. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Put a rail there, send you on your way. There you go, that's you. Yeah, the skeletons I haven't yet figured out because they're going to be shooting me when I'm up there. That's why I've got the levers on the side. They're there to hold them open because they're probably going to be trying to keep their distance. So I want to be able to back off a bit. So I might have to be coming off the pressure plates. That's why the 2 levers are there, to keep the trapdoors open while I back away. Don't want creeper. Oh, go away. No, go further than that. There you go. Bugger off. Zombie. I see ya. Come on. Oh, skeleton. Scary. I might be better off doing these in chunks, as in do all the skeletons and all the creepers, all the zombies and all the skeletons. Did that zombie, he didn't target on me, did he? Ah, that's that over. I will do some more the next night. But I think for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to see if I can try and edit whatever I've got. Because the last video I did was very... Well, it wasn't edited at all, really, was it? It was, if you saw it, it was just a collection of videos pasted together. I forgot to do any cutting of the beginning and end of scenes. I forgot to put, I don't know, put any transitions or anything into it. Yeah, it was very, very rough. So this one I'm going to try and edit, I think. Otherwise I'm never going to know if I do enjoy it or not. So yeah, I'll carry on with the creepers another time. But for now, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.